Hello, TV Land. It is your boy. I messed it up. I'm just so excited to be back. It's your boy, Freelancer Joe, ready to once again get cracking. Yes, I am very, very excited to once again be sharing quality time and sweet, sweet content with you, my wonderful and loyal viewers. Or it could just be that I'm excited that it's Thursday, which of course means that tomorrow is Friday, which means it's really, really awesome. Or I could still be just a little pumped, jacked from, obviously, my training. Although today was only the bench press, so you wouldn't think it would get me that hyped up. So it's probably a little column A, a little column B, a little column C, all the above, and perhaps something else entirely different. I'm drawing a blank as to what it could be, though. Was it the wonderful chat with my honey bunny this morning? Could have been. And that always puts a smile on my face. Of course, I would hope that for those of you fortunate enough to have a honey bunny of your very own, that thinking about your honey bunny also puts a smile on your face. And for those of you who are without a honey bunny, I hope that you find one soon. And until you do, be patient. I myself waited a very, very, very long time. I mean, how long? Well, I'm not going to say. I will simply state that I was getting ready to print out the confirmed bachelor cards. Very long time. Very, 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 very long time. Not for lack of trying. I mean, I probably could have been a little bit more aggressive in trying. But as it turns out nowadays, that sort of tenacity could work against you. And very well it could work against you. I mean, if you were the kind of guy that the tenacity wouldn't work against, you wouldn't be the kind of guy that would need tenacity. You know what I'm saying? The kinds of guys that could get away with being unrelenting are the kinds of guys that don't have to be unrelenting. Funny how that works out. That's why I always chuckle whenever people complain about life's not fair, or when they say something's not fair. It's like, yeah, you know what? Life really isn't fair. It's not. It's just not. Alright, and while I was babbling, as you can see, I opened up the terminal, opened up Firefox, opened up my editor. I'm trying to get this stupid thing to line up. Which, come on. You know what? Close enough for government work. Actually, I think that is lined up. So, hey, yay for me. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not a very good image. If you have gutter humor like myself, that's not a really good image. Not a really good image at all. I don't know. They had to. Okay. AU, Aussies. That explains a lot. Freaking Aussies. Alright. So we have my demo thing. This is the last project that I have to update. So hopefully I can get it all done. And we can wash our hands clean of it and be ready for. Oh, what is this? I don't use this anymore. I have dead code. Unused imports. There's probably a plugin or something that will automatically strip it out for me, but me. Alright, so this was UI demo. This was the last one. Ran the install script yesterday, and I had to cut before it finished. And I assume it finished, but when I was shutting down my VirtualBox, there was an error. However, let's not run it again. Let's assume it worked, because I don't want to put you through that whole painful process again. Now, normally I would go to the terminal to run get status to see if the necessary files were changed, but as you can see here, these files are in orange, for those of you who have the ability to perceive the color orange, which of course are the files that would need to change anyway. So I don't really need to go to the terminal, but hey, good habits. Plus I need to get to that folder anyway, so we'll go ahead and do that. But in the meantime, how y'all doing? Fine and wonderful and fantastic. As you can tell, I'm feeling good, feeling spry, so of course I'm doing well. Thursday. Alright. Well, yeah. Okay, so it looks like, well, obviously it would be I mean, it's running the same command that I did, so. Looks like we got a full file, so that was my other one concern, is that it was changed, but it would be empty. We still have to run the audit fix, however, so let's double check to see what it is. If it's like the other one, then it's going to be lodash and then the JS YAML. And asking me for my password because I require it to be sudo. Okay, so wait, svgo. Oh no, there we go. JS YAML. Okay, so I'd have to actually run this command in order to fix these vulnerabilities. And here's the prototype pollution, which we looked up yesterday, before I went on my long tirade at the end of the episode about Marvel movies. Speaking of which, your boy Freelancer Joe got his ticket for Endgame. I had almost forgotten about getting it, but I did order it through Fandango last night on my handy dandy phone. Actually, while I'm talking about my phone, let me go ahead and start them up. Not to, be rude or anything, but yep, ordered the tickets. So I don't know what time they started the showings, but I wanted to do a late night showing, and there was a 12:10 and a 12:30, and I went with. Actually, I first tried with the 12:10, but there was like only 4 seats left, and they were like in the front, not all the way in the front, but they're pretty up front. So I went with the 12:30, which has lots of more open seats. 12:30 on a Thursday night, Freelancer Joe. What are you thinking? What about work? Good point. But the thing is, it's a 3-hour movie. 3 hours and 2 minutes. Now, 3 hours and 2 minutes, if it starts at 12:30, it's not going to start at 12:30 because they're going to do trailers, so you figure 12:40. Now, let's say 12:45. 3 hours puts it at 3:45. And then if I wait for like 15 minutes for the crowd to clear out, 4 a.m. Well, guess what, boys and girls? That's the normal time I go to work anyway, or I leave for work. And as it turns out, the movie theater that I'm going to go watch it at is basically about 5 minutes from where I'm at, if I catch both lights, and they're really bad lights. It's pretty much equidistant. So I could do that and pretty much get to work on time, or at my normal time, which is great. The only drawback, of course, is that I would have to, 1, go to bed early, and 2, I'd probably be dragging the entire day. So I figure I'd probably just do a half day. Hang around long enough, because every Friday we have like a meeting, kind of, we call them tag-ups. You don't tag anybody, so I don't know why. You don't just call it a week review or something. Weekly review. So yeah, that's the plan. Of course, it's a half day. I still have to make up time. But that won't be so tough. I mean, see, if we do a half day, that's 4 hours, right? So that means if we have a 2-week pay period, I just have to make up 4 hours over, 10 days? 10 work days. So, half hour here, half hour there. I'll be fine. Alright, so audit fix worked. So let's start it up and see if it works. And I will double check the phones just in case. I doubt anything has happened. Yeah, nothing there. Ooh, mail. I know what it is. I know what it is. Oh yeah, May is coming up. State vehicle inspection and 6-month dental appointment. And there's something else happening in May too, but I can't quite remember what it is. I hope somebody will remember for me. You know what? I'll have to pay attention when I go check my mail this weekend. I only get my mail once a week. But like clockwork, for the past, 2 or 3 years, after I filed my taxes, I get an additional request from the state that I live in, asking me to send a copy of what I filed with the other state that I no longer live in. Because I made money in that state via rental property, and I said, hey, I pay taxes on it there. And so the state I'm living in is like, okay, well, we won't charge you taxes on that because you already pay taxes on it. But they still want me to prove it to them. Well, I don't see how that really proves it to them, because, technically, it's just paperwork. It doesn't mean I filed it or anything. But what really irks me is the fact that TurboTax, this is what I use, doesn't automatically attach it and upload it too. And there's no option when you file to include that return. Or maybe there is. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. But to be honest, I'm thinking I probably really need to get an actual honest-to-goodness accountant one of these days. Okay, what was my password? Heck, what was my username? Okay, user doesn't exist. Oh, okay. Bada boom, bada bang. Hey, oh. Of course, I probably should have checked the console first, because, it's coming up, which is great. Control-Shift-K. Control-Shift-K. There we go. There we go. So let's see if we got any warnings or anything so far. Oh, here we go. Alright, here we go. Resource from... We've seen this one before. This was due to a CORS thing, cross-origin thing, and that occurs in... where I actually make that import is in index.html. And the problem was this guy here. And it was how I was calling it. I think it's because I say it's a style sheet, for whatever reason, it blocks it. And I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. Cross-site scripting and blah, 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 blah. But I saw this. The reason I know this is because I saw this when I was updating my project, my personal web app. So let's take a look at how I import it there. They don't have Notepad text editor. That's what I want. Nothing quite as useful as just a plain old text editor. Alright, there we go. So, for whatever reason, I removed the rel. What does the rel attribute actually mean? I don't actually know. Well, let's satisfy our intellectual curiosity so that you can learn and I can learn and we all can learn and benefit. HTML rel attribute. It specifies the relationship between the current document and the linked document. Okay, why is it used? Okay, wait. That value of the attribute should be a MIME type, such as text h. I could have sworn I had type before, didn't I? Yeah, alright. Alright, well, let's just replace this entire thing. One of these days, I need to get around and change this. I should change this to my logo. Oh, I'm so glad I thought about that. That's actually pretty cool. Pretty smart. We got npm fix. Change logo, or change icon to my logo. I have to remember that. I don't think I can do it today because it's not sized correctly. Plus, it brings in other issues about the Webpack image processing and minification and blah 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 blah. All right, so let's save all, and let's see if the not hot deploy. What is the term? I forgot what the term was. It wasn't hot deploy. It was like hot reload or something. Yeah, there we go. It's working. All right. Well, let's bring it up. That's fine. I expect that. Loading, loading, loading. That's AWS Amplify. It's taking a long time to load, though. Actually, I suspect it might have hung. That's interesting. 404, okay, that was the image. WebSocket. Oh, I got a bunch of 200s, except for this 304, which I believe is an error code. Or, not a good code, anyway. Generally speaking, if you don't get a 200, it's not good. Alright, well. Alright, that's fine. For now. Let's check on Bravo. No errors, good. Charlie. No errors, good. The calendar. This could be tricky, let's see. Calendar came up, no, well, no errors or warnings for that matter. That's nice. We have no events for April. Okay, alright. Let's check the Twitter. I thought I fixed that. More technical debt. All right. That link still works, so that's good, and no warnings on that. We're gonna have to fix this. Really could have sworn I fixed that and everything. All right. Okay, so that goes under technical debt. What is this? Facebook oval icon footer. You might have time to fix that if I remember where to look for it. And let's see about home. Alright, no, nothing here. Let's change this C state alpha. Okay, looking good. App alpha. Alright, looking good. And app chart. App. Oh wait, I can't change that. I have to go to Charlie to change it. So now if I go to Bravo, we've got Bravo app alpha. That's good. And let's go to Charlie. App Charlie. No warnings on that. Let's go back to Alpha to see if it picked it up. App Charlie. Alright, so the one thing we need to address, let's double check double navigation. That's fine. Okay, so one thing we need to address is that footer thing. It doesn't affect... I really could have sworn I addressed that. Huh. Alright. So this is the same footer, really, as my website. So we'll stick with my website. This is presentational. Bottom bar. Alright. Open with text editor again. Let's take a look. Well, that's loading. Actually, let's go ahead and open up the footer here too. Or bottom bar, I'm sorry, bottom bar. Let's take a look. Alright, so we have social buttons. Alright. And in here we have Social buttons, okay. So what's the difference? Classes, classes, buttons, buttons. This is my for loop, that's good. We push, tooltip, key, ID, title, icon button, class name. Alright, so here's the difference. This is classes button, this is classes icon button, inherent. The onClick is fine, label's fine, class name's fine, so I believe it's just this. Oh wait, this is what I have here. Okay, if I remember correctly, there is no button style defined. Let's take a look. Yes, see, no button style. No button style. So all we gotta do, go back here, copy the icon button style, put it here. No, 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 no. Oh, slow right now. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. You gotta add the comma so that it can. What's the word I'm looking for? Process it properly? Compile it properly? It doesn't compile so much. And we'll change this to icon button. Save all. And well, that was quick. Wait, did it do it? What did it recompile? You just compiled Webpack? Really? Alright, I guess it worked. And there we go. We've got that fixed. Nice. Nice. Alright, so we can go ahead and then close this up. We exit that so we don't unnecessarily process things. Close this tab, go back here. Now we don't need that little note anymore about the Facebook that. So we just need to change icon. That's not really technical debt so much as it is a nice to have. Although it's thrown a 404 because that doesn't exist. That's an error, so we probably should get rid of that. But since I have to go see what the size of the image is, I'll do it on my desktop outside in the host OS, not in the guest OS, so can't record that. Upgrade. Grade. Get push. Ask me for the password. And it is pushed. We shall double check with the git. That's the wrong one. There we go. And we'll verify that it got uploaded within the past minute. It says 28 seconds ago. Move that out of the way, 44 seconds ago. Alright, so we are upgraded. Everything is good to go, and we are solid. And it looks like we're going to wrap this one up just a little bit early. Which is just as well. I'm actually going to try and re-record my Gaming with Joe episode. I recorded it on Tuesday, but when I checked it during processing, it turns out my mic wasn't working. And I seriously considered just going ahead and using that, but I finished early today, and I've got some good juice. I got some good juju going, so I'll go ahead and give it another shot. But if you watch the Gaming with Joe episode tomorrow and there's no mic, you'll know what happened. Actually, I'm not even sure what happened, but you know why you won't hear the dulcet tones of my baritone, angelic voice. I wouldn't really call it angelic. Creamy smooth. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's good. That's good. I like that. But yeah, so I'll wrap this up for now. Cool kid words about liking and subscribing, commenting, and suggesting. I'm going to go ahead and log out. Don't depend on the session clearing it out for you. Man, we did the cool kid words. Yeah, I hope you will join me tomorrow, or mañana, as they say in certain countries. I hope you have a wonderful rest of this Thursday, or whenever it is you choose to watch it. And until the next time you join me, I hope that you take care and God bless.